Hello everyone, Ray here. This is a bit different from my normal videos, so please excuse any mistakes. I'm trying on new stuff. Alright, now let me explain what we're doing today. A while back, my friend and I, to put it politely, were criticizing genshinimpact designs on how most of the time they are great designs but they don't really make sense character-wise. And after that, I decided to try redesigning some of the characters. But before we get to the designs, I have to state, because it's very important, that I'm not a professional character designer. However, I do have 9 years of drawing experience, and I believe that you don't need to be a professional to criticize something, or to try designing something. You just have to have the self-awareness that your version will be based on your personal preferences, and that it will probably not be any better but that doesn't matter because this is an exercise. It's just for fun. Let's start now. Venti was actually a character that we weren't criticizing on his design, but the conversation started because of an opinion I have on him. And when I did decide to make this little project, I had to honor him somehow for giving the idea. However, because I didn't really have a problem with his original design, since I actually find it charming, with some small, like, personal issues here and there, I didn't change it that much. The idea was to keep his original colors and mostly his silhouette the same. So, starting with his body, he's an archer, so his original thin form is not that off on how archers usually look. I just made it a bit more realistic. I want him to keep that feminine vibe, even if his body became more muscular. So he's not that tall. Another way to add to his femininity is his clothes. And this was the easiest part because, like I stated earlier, his design was the one least changed. His clothes are pretty bard-like, duh, but maybe a bit too fancy for a guy that spends his days probably napping under trees and nights getting blackout drunk. But we also know he isn't just a random guy. He's the Archon of the nation, and even if he isn't really playing said role, it's kind of important for that to be shown in his design as well. So the gold accents and the nice clothes do that job. I would like to comment on his original colors a bit because I kept them. I really like them. The turquoise is the primary color and it gives a playful, outgoing energy while also referencing the wind, of course, which fits him perfectly. It also gets complemented well by the browns and off-whites that are under his cape, and I like it. Said earlier, the gold accents are nice. Yeah, it's a great palette overall. A detail I have to mention here is that the clothes were supposed to be simple, but clearly I lost the plot, because I proceeded to give him arm protectors for the bow and flower designs on his corset, like a normal person does, of course. And I, don't even get me started on the cape, I think it speaks for itself, whereas the displacement of the vision doesn't. So let's talk about that a bit. It's a known fact that his vision is fake. After all, he is the animal archon. He doesn't need one. Yet he wears it to hide who he is. And in the beginning, you may have noticed that I was thinking of putting it in its original spot, but I decided that the cape will be longer. So I moved it as a cape holder, because in my head he would want it to be in a very obvious spot, so no one would ever doubt that he's a vision holder, of course. Another thing that was important to me is for him to look carefree and boyish, but not childlike. I want him to look like a young adult, but he could also be a teen. You can't really place him. So his face was a pain to make. For all the characters, their hair, I wanted it to be mostly the same. And that is especially important for Venti because his look is very iconic. I did make it more wild and fluffy, to add to his youthful look and give the idea that the wind is always like following him, around him, messing it up. As for the rest of his face, I hated it. It was so hard to get it right. I tried to do traditional sketches and I couldn't get it right. And then I learned that his face model uses the female one. So I stole that idea. And instead of trying to draw a young man, I drew the face of one of my female OCs. This is not the first time traits of my characters will become Venti's traits. And what do I mean by that? As you may have noticed by now, his eyes are a lot different. That kind of happened by accident. But when I realized what I was doing, I doubled down. So what is up with the white people and changing shape thing? So in my project, all the gods have eyes like that. They change depending on their emotion. So while drawing Venti, here I went on autopilot and gave him my eye design. When I snapped back, I liked it, so I kept it. And if I do more of the Archons in the future, they will all share this trait. To close off this section, it is a personal note that I needed to showcase in his redesign. When I look at Venti, I get this violent urge to punch him in the face. So it was important for me to still have that urge when I look at him, and I did it. So great design. And another thing, for the character who I actually didn't have any problem with his original design, he was a pain in the ass to redesign, and the hardest one. The rest were easy. I don't know. I maybe that's why I want to punch him. Now it's our dear Deaconess's turn to get a revamp. Barbara is interesting to me because she's very faithful to her Archon to the point where she works at the church, but she's also an idol. You you wouldn't expect that, but I do like it. I think it adds to the whole Mondstadt is the nation of the Archon that represents freedom and all that. So of course the faithful would also be free to follow their personal dreams and passions and desires, even if they are pushed towards them by a weird witch lady, but we're not talking about her right now. Let's talk design now though. Barbara's original design confuses me for a few reasons. While I was first playing the game and I met her, I assumed she was in her 20s because she was working at the church. But while working on this, I was informed she's supposed to be 16, which, excuse my language, it's bullshit. Like, uh, it's just bullshit. So I'm sticking to 20. Why? I personally find it um weird. Like, why this insistence on putting teens in leader-like roles and jobs? They're clearly not for them. Like, why not make them young adults? Why why you have to make them teens? Like, leave the children alone. That's my opinion. You can have yours. Everyone is feel free to one, but that's mine. So we're going by the idea that Barbara is a young adult. Now that my little rant is over, let's go back to your design. Even though I just said that I think she should be considering her early 20s, her face still is youthful. While I did try making her look a bit older, I didn't want her to lose that youthful look she has. Um, and I think I did a decent job on it. I think she looks older than Bendis, which is a W in my opinion. It makes him a bit more hard to, like, place too. Also gave her a mole. Just goes, yeah, her hair is the same. Then, when there's the outfit, I know it's supposed to remind you of like a church outfit, but also her idol career. I understand that, but I can't see her wearing also for the life of me, I no idea what it's supposed to like. How does this thing work? I don't get it. I'm I've been looking at it for so long. I'm trying to understand it. I just can't. I it's I can't. If someone who cosplays Barbara can explain this thing to me, please. You're welcome to. Please explain it. I really want to understand it. I really like fashion and it's a fashionable outfit, but I don't get it. Please. So in the beginning, because I do like the outfit, I was trying to keep it similar, like I did Ventis before. But I soon abandoned that idea and I started building from the ground up. I decided it should look more like a church outfit than an idol one, because I feel like that is more Barbara. I don't know, it feels more right for her. Yeah, that's the main reason. I can see her like singing in like to the church outfit, even if she's performing her idol career, you know? I feel like some may be disappointed by the longer skirt. We were making jokes about it with my friend. But I think a more conservative look, I don't even know if that's the right term here, fits her more. So I went with it. Barbara seems like a person who will like elegant, pretty clothes. She's a girly girl, and I love that for her. She doesn't have the hat anymore because it annoyed me. It genuinely annoyed me so much. I did think of putting it, but I got mad, so no hat. No hat. Her vision has also been moved after I invented the idea of characters adding their visions on their garments or things they carry all the time so they can always have it on them became very dear to me. It also tells you a lot about them, depending if they have it on an object, their clothes. It really shows you who they are. And because I removed her book holder, I decided to put her vision on her necktie, which, to be honest, makes a bit more sense to me. She's not a fighter. She wouldn't have that book on her 24/7. Why would she have a book holder? You know? She has it when she's at work. Her eyes are normal. That's how I normally draw them. The only difference is that I want all of the vision holders to have something like magic about them. So she has like little star reflections on her eyes, and all of them will have something like that, either stars or maybe something else. I don't know. For now, stars. I haven't decided. Final thoughts for her are that I both love and hate her hair, and I drew her with flowers. I made this illustration. Yeah, she's the only one who got an extra illustration. I love her. Anyway, bye. And that's all. That's all for Barbara. Let's keep going. How do I explain this? So, I decided to make this video, right? And I said I would do 3 characters. I had already made Venti and Barbara, and I was stuck on the third. So I asked my friends, and we landed on Amber, with the note that if I make more, Kaya must be the first one. But I came across a problem I wasn't really expecting. I needed Amber to look like a knight. So here's me designing the knight's armor. It didn't really take me long to find where I wanted to do with the armor. I really like drawing knights and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't have many comments. I just had to make it look like it's from Mondstadt. So I just pulled Barbara's color palette and work from there. Enjoy. Alright, now that the armor is done, let's talk about Amber. Unlike the other two, she has 2 looks. and on the clock and an off one. Both of those had to give context for who she is as a character, but in different ways. Her off work look, or as I have lovingly nicknamed Everyday look, uh, is supposed to show you that Amber is a very energetic person. She's the person that will help you hang posters of your brother and also teach you how to glide. She's friendly, but even when she's not working as a nine, she's still fighting and helping people. She's warm, like fire, both metaphorically and literally, if you know. So I want to give her more red. Like she already has red in her. Like oh, she's red, but I want to have some like different shades of red to like give like more sides to her personality. Like show her passion, her kindness, not only her energetic personality. You know. She also has arm protector for the bow now, because why not keep the theme up, right? Some of you may be wondering what's up with the skirt. The skirt came because I was looking at archers and what they're wearing, and I noticed a lot of them wear like long coats or like skirt-like outfits. So I decided to give something similar to her. And for people who may wonder, like a friend of mine, but she won't be able to run properly, you can run with skirts like that. Like they're very airy. I can speak from experience. So yeah, she can run, she can do anything, and she's not wearing the skirt in her work outfit, so she's fine. She's fine. Now let's move over to her work fit. Here we'll lose a bit of Amber's real personality because she's forced to wear a uniform, but she keeps some stuff from her normal outfit to show that she's still the same, just I guess more serious, more professional. Yeah, professional sounds better actually. This is the Amber that would ask the traveler to help with the Volan, but also is the person who would help a lost little girl. As for her face, um, in my head, she's a similar age to Barbara, maybe a year or two older. She's all, but like she's always running around helping people out, outside and anything and everything. So maybe she's Tanner and yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit tired recording this part. I'm so sorry. Also, it was important for her to look kind. Like as I said earlier, she's like a warm person to be around. So it was important for her to look kind and safe. Like she's the first person you meet in the game. And again, the eyes are the same idea with Barbara's, as I said earlier. They have the little sparkles because she has a vision. And that's it. Those are my guessing redesigns of the three monster characters. I hope you like them. As I said in the beginning, I'm not a professional. I did this for fun and for practice. If I do continue making designs, I will probably do all of Mondstadt and maybe Leeway, because I have only played up to like the beginning of Natlan, so like I'll do like the first two because I know them well, you know. Maybe, um, yeah, and maybe instead of like 3 characters, I'll do 4 per video. But that all will happen only if like you guys like this and ask for more. So I guess bully me into making more of this, or I just tell me to never do this again. It's your choice. That's all. That's all for me. Good night. Let's talk design though. Barbara. Barbara, Barbara, pam, 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 pam. To close us, Lexus, Lexus, Lexus. Fuck. Okay.